Hello, everybody.
First case is State of Kansas versus Richard Robert Crumrine, 25 CR 289. Stayed by Mr. Regier. Matter comes back before the court this day, and this matter comes back before the court after on 10/21/25 there was a bond forfeiture bench warrant ordered by Judge Satterfield, and the court finds that on the first appearance criminal docket sheet there's currently a no bond hold. Is that what you show, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, based off the state's information, that would appear to be accurate. Insofar as the court's orders from the October 21st hearing is concerned.
Sir,
Yes.
is there anything? Okay, I have 3 cases going on through the county. Is there any way I can? Because I got so many dates. I got fine payment dates that I have to pay by, or I get a warrant for my arrest. I have appearances for the city. I'm trying to get everything took care of. Is there any way I can put all my county cases together on, like, have one attorney do all my cases? Because I can't keep track of all these dates and stuff like that. I write it on a calendar, put it on my phone.
I don't know what other jurisdictions.
They're all Butler County right here. They're all right here in Butler County.
Mr. Crumrine, what I would suggest you do is to contact Mr. Watts and see if he would be able to make a motion to schedule all the cases before one particular judge or the other. And that way it might lessen the problem of 3 court appearances at 3 different times.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm missing court, because I get my dates mixed up of which one I got to pay for here, and then when I make a payment here or be court here, and I'm horrible with dates. I put it in my phone and I put it on my calendar, and I'm busy working on cars for people all the time, and I get everything confused up on it. That's why I got a warrant here now to the city also because the date I was supposed to make a payment there, I tried to show up for court.
Thank you, Mr. Crumrine. The court sets your case next before Judge Satterfield, and that would be on the preliminary hearing control docket. Wait, apparently preliminary hearing has been waived and arraignment has been scheduled, and apparently you failed to appear on 10/21/25 and handwritten notes.
I got a note that said that it was canceled.
You're just be quiet for just a moment, Mr. Crumrine. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with your case. Mr. Regier,
the state's information is that previously this matter was scheduled for a pretrial and jury trial, with the pretrial hearing occurring on October 21st. It would appear, based off the state's information, that the court made a finding that the defendant failed to appear at that setting and entered orders in accordance with that.
And the order that I show handwritten, that I'm familiar with Judge Satterfield's handwriting, it shows bond forfeiture bench warrant. Instead of a no bond hold, it shows in a handwritten notes, 10,000 cash or surety.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I have no information insofar as that is concerned. The court's earlier recitation of the court's prior orders would appear accurate based off the document filed with the court on November.
Okay, 13th. I'm going to go ahead, and since I can view the handwritten notes of Judge Satterfield, I don't see anything else in the paper file. I'm going to order a $10,000 cash or surety bond as opposed to no bond hold. And I'm going to put this back on Judge Satterfield's felony preliminary hearing control docket for Monday, December 8, 2025 at 2:30. Monday, December 8, 2025 at 2:30.
I'll be there. And you said I need to get a hold of Watts about combining all my cases together?
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out if that was possible to do or not, so I wanted to ask.
It may not be possible to do. That's a suggestion.
All right, thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, as a point of clarification, that December 8th setting, is that for control purposes?
It is felony preliminary hearing control docket.
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Court is in recess.
Thank you.
Requested first case on the warrant to show cause docket.
No preference from the state, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Wilkinson, I understand, is at the jail. That's perhaps a good place to start.
Hey,
Okay,
Brian. Oh, it's all in one. Where
case is
is-
entitled State of Kansas versus Brian Wilkinson, 23 CR 3402. State by Mr. Regier, defendant Mr. Wilkinson in person, and by Mr. Watts. Matter does regularly come back before the court this date. Also appearing at this time is Christy Ashtonfelter with Community Corrections. And announcements to the court, Mr. Watts.
Well, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Sweeney earlier today, whose case this is, kind of in the beginning. It's my understanding that Mr. Wilkinson is in custody on a City of El Dorado commit. He came in April of 2020, in April of this year, and the show cause was filed September 18. I also understand that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, that he is in custody because he was ordered to do and agreed to do a 2-day commit, and then ultimately did not appear for that 2-day commit, and has been in custody since. So my understanding, speaker with Mr. Sweeney, was the state was going to basically call it time served and put him back on probation. Mr. Regier, are you familiar with something different?
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state has no objection to proceeding in that fashion.
That'll be the order of the court. Anything further, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, is the court reinstating probation for a certain period of time?
And recommendations from Ms. Tronis?
Your Honor, I'm the probation officer on this case, and I have nothing to add.
And do you wish to have the probation extended for a period of 1 year from today? Or do you
Yeah.
want to keep?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
I think that'd be appropriate.
That would be the order of the court. Probation is extended with community corrections 1 year from today. Any objection, Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor. Perhaps we ought to hear from Mr. Wilkinson's his position. If he has any objection.
And Your Honor, the state would also be requesting a ruling as to whether or not the defendant is waiving his right to evidentiary hearing and has successfully stipulated to the violations.
And Mr. Wilkinson, Mr. Watts has advised the court, you do wish to admit to being in violation of the terms and conditions of your probation. Is that correct?
I haven't been able to speak to Mr. Watts about this matter at all, on this situation. So I have not had any counsel in this matter at all. But my belief is that the last time I was in Mrs. Ashtonfelter's office was the day before, was the day that I got put on this 1-year commit by municipal court. I did not fail to show up to any probation, and I believe this is malicious prosecution, the entire case, because I've been in custody the whole time and had no opportunity to go to Mrs. Ashtonfelter's office. You know, I was there the day that I was put in jail, and have been in jail ever since the last, since about 3 hours after I was in her office.
Thank you, Mr.
Judge,
Wilkinson.
And Your
Excuse
Honor, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I believe Mr. Watts, Mr. Wilkinson wishes to talk to you more fully about the status of the case. Mr. Wilkinson, I may have been moving too fast in regards to the proceedings. My apologies. I'm not trying to have you proceed in any manner that you do not agree to. So subsequently, I'm going to move you in what's called a breakout room with Mr. Watts, and you can more fully discuss the status of your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Watts, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Wilkinson?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the court goes back on the Zoom record. Once again, State of Kansas versus Brian J. Wilkinson. Case number is 2023 CR 302. And Mr. Watts represents Mr. Wilkinson. Mr. Aguirre is representing the state. And once again, announcements to the court, Mr. Watts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I will simply note, my client is incarcerated, as we mentioned earlier, on a City of El Dorado case. He entered that admission, according to the jail's record, on the 21st. My client tells me that's actually the 13th of April. That conviction dated to 2023 prior to this case. So that conviction cannot be the basis of this revocation. My client would not stipulate that he had failed to report. In fact, his probation officer knew exactly where he was. And obviously, while he is in custody on a City of El Dorado commit, is absolutely unable to report. And I will note that the current warrant to show cause wasn't filed until September 18, some 5 months after he was in custody in the city case. So while we acknowledge that the time he has served since September 18 should be counted in this case, and I think we're open to whether or not he should be extended. I will tell you, my client doesn't believe he should be extended at all on this probation. I understand why he might be, but I don't believe it's appropriate to find that he has violated his probation in this case. He has been in custody on an unrelated matter that dates to prior to his being placed on probation.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. Mr. Watts, just out of curiosity, he's on a commit from the City of El Dorado for how many months?
For 12 months, Your Honor.
He's in jail, in the county jail, on a City of El Dorado case for 12 months.
That's my understanding. Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
The jail says entered on April 21. My client says on April 13. But yes, since April of this year.
All right, so he's going to be in the Butler County Jail on a City of El Dorado commit for a period of a year.
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
And he will be eligible for release in April of 2026.
That is my understanding, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ms. Ashenfelter, what is the out date for Mr. Wilkinson's time on community corrections? What's his out date on that?
Your Honor, his expiration date for probation is December 4th, 2025. I do think that there's been some miscommunication or something along that lines. My warrant didn't allege any type of new conviction. That's not what it was for. It was just to get the defendant back in front of Your Honor to extend him on the case. I'm still willing to work with him on this, even after he gets done with his city revocation. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add.
Thank you, Ms. Ashenfelter. Mr. Wilkinson, you present a very unusual case. I don't believe I've ever had a City of El Dorado or any city in the county commit for a year in the Butler County Jail, but apparently that's what Mr. Watts is advising the court. So subsequently, the court is not finding you in violation of the terms and conditions of your probation. The court does set and does believe it is appropriate due to your current incarceration that your probation period of time with community corrections would be extended for 1 year from today, from today, but the court is not finding any violation of the terms and conditions of your probation. Do you have any question about that?
Your Honor, because of the maliciousness of the police officers in this town, as soon as I get out of this jail, I want to leave this state. And if my probation is extended, I will not be able to leave this state, and I will still be subject to malicious police officers attacking me due to the fact that because of my prior conviction and my time at Lansing from 1999 to 2001 of abuse of a child, the police officers here think that I'll never have done enough time for that, even though I completed my parole without any violations and am not a threat to any public persons or myself. They want to keep throwing me in jail because of something that happened in the last millennium.
Well, probably the best solution for the good citizens of the state of Kansas is for you to take yourself to some other jurisdiction. I'm not disputing that with you, but I believe it is appropriate that once you've served your time in El Dorado from the El Dorado Municipal Court case, that you then are still, I believe it is appropriate to extend your probation for a year from today. When you get out of Butler County Jail for the city of El Dorado crime, you need to check with community corrections to see about whether that can be transferred to the new state that you're proposing to relocate yourself to. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that in force and effect. Community corrections, probation is extended 1 year from today. Upon your release from the Butler County Jail for the city of El Dorado crime, you need to then check with community corrections, Ms. Ashenfelter, or appropriate officer at that office, and have your community corrections transferred to whatever location you are relocating to.
Okay. Is Miss Ashenfelter on this? Can she hear me right now?
She is, yes.
Miss Ashenfelter, am I eligible for day good time while I'm in custody so that my 1 year will be only 6 months?
Well, I think that's a better question for the court. I'm not giving you day-to-day credit for your Butler County case number 2023-302. I'm not giving you day-to-day credit for that. You're extended on your community corrections probation for 1 year from today. And I've tried to give you a little bit of guidance in regards to when you have served the entire amount of your city of El Dorado time, that you then advise Ms. Ashenfelter of where you are relocating to so that you may have your community corrections transferred. It may not be able to be transferred. It may have to stay right here, and you may have to remain until 1 year from today. But all that is an unknown at this time.
And Your Honor, I would note, I think it's appropriate for Mr. Wilkinson to get credit against his underlying jail sentence from the time this warrant to show cause is filed, which would be September 18, to at the very least today's date, and potentially until he's released. I understand the court's not making a finding, but the result is he was booked in, my understanding, on this warrant to show cause, as well as his city case. And I think he's entitled to, at the very least, credit for from that date to, at the very least, today's date.
Well, there is maybe some new case law in regards to credit for time served, and I'll be happy to take that up upon proper motion, Mr. Watts. At this point in time, I'm going to maintain the order in force and effect that I previously have entered. But you may very well be correct. The Kansas Court of Appeals may very well have changed the credit for time served in regards to other cases that are being served along with this case. So I'm not denying that possibility at all.
Judge, I'm not alleging the other cases. I'm alleging only the time he served since this warrant to show cause was filed. And he was booked in on this warrant to show cause as well as his city case.
It's the court's understanding he was not booked in on this case. He was already serving the City of El Dorado case. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's what's been placed before the court. Is that not correct, that he was already in jail when the warrant to show cause was served upon him?
He was, Your Honor, but he is also recorded in the jail on that as well as the other matter. And I think they are presumed to be running concurrent. I don't think there's any order that they run consecutive to each other that I'm aware of. So I think he is entitled to the time since he was being held on this matter as well as the city court matter, again, from September 18 to at least today's date.
Court gives credit for time served from September 18 to today's date, as the court finds that these sentences were not ordered to run consecutive. Therefore, it's presumed they are run concurrently, and that will be the order of the court.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Wilkinson, anything further to come before the court?
I believe that you have tried to treat me as fairly as you're able to. And I thank you for this, Your Honor. And I believe that settles whatever matters we're here for today.
Anything further, Mr. Regier?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
And anything further, Ms. Ashenfelter?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
There being nothing further to come before the court, court is in recess. Good luck to you, Mr. Wilkinson.
Thank you, Mr. Crump.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.